Well, hello again. This is video 8, and this is an assignment for you. Again, I want to thank you for your communication, for contacting me. If you have any questions, any concerns, let me know. This is going to be an assignment that is not the same as what assignments were before, and all of the information for the assignment is contained in this video. So this has z-scores, but it also has an operation, or basically 3 operations for you to do. So having said that, let's look at the assignment. This is basically about z-scores from a raw score to a Cook score. Now, this is what we have. It may be tricky for some of you, it may be comfortable for some of you, but nonetheless, let's get started on this aspect. Draw 3 curves. 3. 1, 2, 3. And we will put on those 3 scores each set of data below. So starting out, we have an X. And this is the score that the individual achieved in English, the same person, in mathematics, 65, and in psychology, a 75. Now remember, each of these scores will go on 1 curve, so you will have 3 curves. Now I have X bar. I have looked for some scientific notation for some of these concerns, and I can't find what I'm really looking for. We get some of, and we can do a few others. We can get the mean. I'm going to use that where it's possible. But other than that, we are going to come up with our own set of scores. I apologize for that. I really do. But when I look for scientific notation, is just not as comfortable as what I would like. So then we have the X, the data. That is the scores that the individuals achieved. 80, 65, and 75. And then on this curve, on each of the curves, you will put the mean, because we see we have a different mean for each subject. We have a mean of 85 for English, a mean of 55 for mathematics, and psychology, a mean of 60. Then we have the standard deviation on each of these curves. Now the standard deviation for English will be 10, starting at the center where we have the mean, and we have the mode, and we have the median. So the standard deviation is 10 for English. For mathematics, the standard deviation is 5, and for psychology, it is 15. So that means basically what we will do is take the mean of the scores, and that is X bar. X bar is the mean for each of these set of scores, and you will see that English is a little bit below the mean. So now we're beginning to see what it is like to take a raw score and transform it to a Cook score. Now the mean for the curve for mathematics will be 55. So that's the mean. But this individual got 65, so they would be above the mean. And the mean for psychology is 60, but the individual scored 75 with a standard deviation of 15. So I'm going to go over this again. 3 curves, 1 curve for each set of scores with the mean and the standard deviation. I'm not quite sure about communicating. Some of you have sent in some really nicely constructed curves. That's fine, and this is through email. If it is necessary to do this on paper by hand, which is absolutely acceptable. Do it by hand, take a picture, and send it to me via email. Now, if you have any questions on this, be sure to ask. You will have this material. You will given to you. You will send it by email, and at any time that you have a concern, that you have a question, I want you to ask. Because remember, this is a stat course that is averaging in the high A's. This is almost unheard of. This is great. And we want to keep it up. We definitely want to keep it up. After a while, you'll know that this is the stat course without tears. No tears in this stat course. So, until our next video, remember we are over a fourth of the way through the course. We have an A in there. You folks are an intelligent group. You know how to do this. This is not a problem for you. And I really feel great. But if for some reason you would have a question, you know where I am. So until our next video, you have a good week.